Hi, my name is Chris Ryan. Welcome to the Forest of Arden. Today's video is all about a lateral sway in the backswing, something that many of you will struggle with. And we're going to give you a couple of ideas, a couple of concepts which you can use next time you practice to help improve this part of your game. So welcome to another Your Friday. This is the video series where you can get involved, have your say, have your question or your topic answered. So if you would like to get involved, then please post a comment down below. It can be a question that you want me to answer, it can be a topic that you want me to cover, could well be just a discussion that you're having with your playing partners and you need me to clear a few things up. Let me know in the comments box down below and I will hopefully answer your question on the coming weeks. Today we're answering a question that came in via YouTube from R.J. Beck, and his question was all about a lateral sway in the backswing. He was saying to me in the comment that he said he felt that he had a lateral sway in the backswing. He said he did feel like he made a movement back towards the target to recover this, but he found his low point was inconsistent. Great information, because that's exactly what we would tend to find from these golfers who have this lateral sway, is that if we do find that we move excessively off the ball in the backswing, two things generally happen. Either we tend to stay there, our low point happens much too far before the ball, or those golfers will make an attempt to recover it. These golfers often find more success, but again, as he mentioned, the low point is inconsistent and we can still see maybe fat, maybe thin shots, especially with the irons from the fairway. So we're going to cover this in two ways. The first thing we're going to do is really going to talk a little bit about concept. I'm going to give this golfer some different maybe things, different ways of thinking about the rotation. And then we've got a really simple drill setup here, which is going to allow that golfer to sort of monitor their practice and practice with feedback, which is really key if we're looking to improve. So let's just go through the concept. And this is something I would often do with golfers who have this lateral sway, is just to get them to process the movement a little bit differently. So where do I turn? Well, this is the problem, I would say. Golfers say things like, I'm going to turn to the right or turn away from the target and then turn towards the target. Now, away from the target would be this way and towards the target would be this way. So away and towards. So if I'm thinking about away, there's a very good chance that I will move away from the target. And this is what we would term this lateral sway. The lateral sway can be in the head, it can be in the hips, or it can be in both. So this is what I want you to think about. We're going to take a starting position. We're going to take the golf club and just place it across your shoulders and stand in your posture. Now, rather than thinking about the target, which is this way, and away from the target this way, I want you to think about the ball, which is in front of you, and then the opposite, which would be more behind me. Now my left side, that's my left shoulder, my left hip, my left knee, are actually going to move forwards towards the ball. My trail side, that would be my trail knee, my trail hip, and my trail shoulder, is actually going to move more behind me. So I want you to think more about what we can class as forwards and back, as opposed to this way and this way. So notice how when I make my rotation, my left side moves towards the ball, my right side moves behind me. Now, if I feel like I move my left side towards the ball and my right side behind me, there's very little chance that I'm actually going to make this movement. This movement doesn't feel particularly natural. This is the sway that we're trying to avoid. So I want you as the golfer to think more about moving your lead side towards the ball and your trail side away from the ball. And you can see exactly what's happening there, that my lead side is definitely moving in towards the ball, my trail side is definitely moving away from the ball in this fashion. This creates a fantastic rotation. It will also help the golfers who feel that they struggle to rotate on this good angle, because I feel like my left shoulder is moving downwards towards the ground, my right shoulder is moving up away from the ground, but it also keeps us very, very centered. So as soon as we add the golf club in, again, the only reason the golf club moves to the right is because my arms are attached to my body. There is no conscious effort for me to move myself off to the right. I really want to feel as if my lead side is going towards the ball, my right side is moving away from the ball. That's the rotation, and that's going to keep us a little bit more centered over the ball. So thinking about forwards and back, as opposed to towards the target, away from the target, can often get these golfers to sort of process a little bit differently, think a little differently about the turn. Once we've done that, we can start to then create a practice session, a practice station, I should say, which is going to help us monitor that. Now you can see I've got something in the ground here. This is an alignment stick. This is actually the Alignment Pro. It's probably slightly better than the lighting stick because you can see it's got a kind of hinge down there. I can set this up into multiple different positions. And it also comes with this little head cover here, which is just going to help this drill work a little bit better. So as I set myself to this golf ball, I can see the golf ball target side of this head cover that's on my alignment stick, even though the wind is blowing it around a little bit. Now, if I make a nice centered turn with that good concept and that good feeling, I can still see the golf ball. Even if I have a little bit of head rotation, which we would encourage, I can still see that golf ball. As soon as I have any lateral movement off towards my trail side, suddenly the golf ball is now hidden behind the head cover. So that is my feedback that I need. And I stress this in many videos. If you are trying to change something in your golf swing, feedback is absolutely key. Without that head cover, it's very, very difficult for me to establish whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. I can sort of create some feels, but I never really know whether those feels are relating to actual changing in patterns of movement. So the way I would get this golfer to start would be, one is concept. We've already discussed that. I would then get this golfer to create a practice station like this, and I would actually get them to make some swings where they pause at the top, check whether the ball is still in place, and then go ahead and clip it. So just like this. I can see the ball. I can still see the ball, and then I can swing through. You can see there, quite low speed. I wasn't really concerned with hitting that ball as far as I can. It's more a case of me trying to establish what have I got to feel, what have I got to do to keep that centered turn. Once I've got that, I can start to maybe blend that without the pause at the top. Once I've blended it, I can then add the speed back. But something like this is certainly going to help me in practice, going to help you in practice. Monitor what you're doing, give you feedback as to whether you're doing it, and that is really the quickest way to make positive changes to your golf swing and ultimately play some better golf out on the golf course. So I hope that answers your question. Two things, a concept and a drill, put the two together, and I really think you can eliminate that movement from your golf game, and hopefully you're going to see some more consistency in the strikes as a result of that move. So as I said right at the start, if you would like to get involved, have your question, have your topic answered, drop a comment down below. You can also get in touch with me via maybe Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it may be, and hopefully I can do a question which helps you. Thanks very much for watching. Usual stuff, as always, is down below. I'm sure you know down there what is up. Down there, you've got a comments box, you've got a like button, and there's also a link to subscribe to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click that link. It just means you won't miss any of the new content. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you again next time.